Sparrow stalked along the underbrush. It felt odd knowing that there were so many cats on patrol around him. Usually they were only 2 or 3, but today they had enough for 5 healthy cats. The thought gave him some hope. Things were beginning to look up. They'd gotten a lot of progress on figuring out the heart of the wild, and most cats were healthy. A rustling sounded in front of him, and he crept determinedly towards the sound. He could hear familiar hops of birds. Just as he was about to leap, a cat flew out of the bushes. But the jump was awkward and the bird flew away, a heartbeat before she landed. Despite missing his catch, he couldn't help but purr. Wildheart seemed really focused, and Moth soon came up to check on her. Sparrow backed up through the underbrush, not wanting to interrupt the 2 she-cats' conversation. He let out a small yelp as he backed into another cat. Skip. Of course. He rolled his eyes in annoyance and tried to walk off, ignoring the accident. Hey, Sparrow! Sparrow stopped, his ears down and his face tense, as he turned to look at Skip with irritation. What now? Skip looked a bit surprised at his reaction and shuffled his paws a bit awkwardly. I just wanted to say I'm sorry for my behavior around Frostbloom. Sparrow immediately perked his ears. Was this a trick? What was happening? I know I can be a bit controlling sometimes, but in the end, you were right. She's a great addition to the Wildcats, and I'm sorry I didn't believe you. Sparrow stood very still, not quite sure what to do with his own limbs. He felt rigid, refusing to apologize or say thank you. After all that energy Skip had used to fight him over this, and he thinks an apology will just smooth things over. Is this because of Moth? You realize the Wildcats would be stronger with more good cats to join us. Are you serious right now? He couldn't help the anger bubbling up inside him. He didn't know how to react, so it was easiest to just default to what he had always done. Instead of anger coming from Skip, he simply dipped his head. I know. I should have listened to you. You're not a kid anymore. I see that now. There wasn't a hint of anger in Skip's tone, and it made Sparrow furious. Ugh! Sparrow turned tail and ran towards the deep woods. He couldn't be around anyone right now. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our Sims 3 Warrior Cats challenge, where we are here with a pretty upset looking Sparrow, who actually ran off into the deep woods instead of staying with the others on patrol. So he is here because Skip seemed to apologize out of the blue. And Sparrow just didn't really know how to react to that. He didn't quite know what to feel about it, so he ran off. But we are here with all the others, and we will, of course, stalk for prey here with the others. Also, I kind of wanted to actually have you two sniff and goof around, I think. Because they're both feeling pretty good, and these other two are quite... have quite a lot higher hunting skills, so they're gonna take a lot longer. So we're gonna have you do that, and then you're gonna hunt 7 times because you're also marking territory. There we go. And I also actually have to put on autonomy. There we go. And Skip, you are not gonna be marking territory. Not today. You're gonna go hunting. Your full 8 hunts. Wonderful. And when you two are done playing, you two can stalk for prey. And Moth is actually level 4, which is pretty impressive. There we go. Okay, they're done now already. That's fair. Sparrow, have you found any No, he's not really finding any food. You know what? Maybe he won't actually hunt. He knows there is a lot. He kind of failed the first hunt there. I think he's just gonna practice, honestly. He knows there's already a lot of cats hunting, and we have a lot of healthy cats. I'm not quite sure. It seems like Shorttail and Sunshine are the only cats who aren't quite healthy. And Shorttail is actually on... He's 70 days old now, which means he can die of old age at any second. No. Olive, are you doing okay? She could probably, you know, she could probably hunt for Shorttail, I think, because he's pretty darn hungry. Frostbloom seems to be taking a nap. And Olive needs something, I think, to do. Moth didn't catch anything. Wildheart did. Skip is catching a turtle. It's always a struggle seeing like who is catching what. I try to always keep an eye on it in case there's any snakes, but it's pretty difficult sometimes because there's a lot of cats to focus on. So now Sunshine is starting her hunt. Oh, Wildheart, she grew to level 3. Wonderful. And she found a squirrel. Oh, Skip ate his turtle. That's fine. I just have to pull that up. And it seems like Moth is going for a plasma bug of all things. That's pretty cool. Look at you! What a successful hunt. Or like... Yeah, look at that. Moth is such a pretty cat. She's absolutely huge. She is so big. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh, all the beetles disappeared. But look at what a leap that is. Also, Wildheart, what are you hunting? Right. Oh, and a squirrel. There we go. Also, Sunshine is level 8, right? Her son is level 7. You guys, like, these two are like the best hunters we have. Like, for the age Sunshine is, and she's already a great hunter, she has 1 season until she becomes an elder. And Sparrow has a lot of seasons, over a year. And he is already level 7. It is crazy. And he's also quite a fighter. Speaking of, Moth actually really wants to be a good fighter, so maybe those two should practice fighting a bit. Oh yeah, and she has basically surveyed the cat condo now. That's pretty much just, you know, patrolling the territory and stuff. Olive, did you catch anything, by the way? She did. Present to Shorttail. He might actually get sick before we actually get to give him the bird. That's a bit unfortunate. But these two, oh, Shorttail, no, he's so adorable. Okay, now eat the bird. Yeah, I think he might actually, unfortunately, get sick before his the bar goes up. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And Moth is hunting level 5. We're really starting to... Oh my gosh! He actually ended up eating it before... Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you're definitely not mastering your hunting skill. I'm really sorry about that. In his older age, he unfortunately got... Well, ate so many red assassin bugs that, you know, he doesn't have the greatest amount of greatest amount of hunting skill anymore. Unfortunately, he kind of fell from his glory, unfortunately. So oh, and he's actually getting hungry. I'm not sure why he cancelled practicing his hunting, but he is getting hungry, so Let's have him hunt just a little bit. Oh, Sunshine caught a red assassin beetle. And I think she definitely would just throw this immediately. Because she knows that Sprout really hated them. She knows the damage it's done to Shorttail in the past. Oh, wow! Look at that! She actually did really, really well. Present this to Moth, I would say. And I don't think Wildheart really wants to learn how to fight. Moth actually wants to try fishing. Oh, that's interesting. Are you a fishing cat, Moth? Maybe her, like, bigger body is exhausted hunting, possibly? Because she, I mean, of course I can't do it here, but I wanted her to be, like, a very big cat. I can't really change the sizes in Sims. But maybe she would actually want that, like, more... Oh. Well, Wildheart, you dropped a feather. That's okay. But these two, they can... So let's have them play Pounce and play... Oh, not Sniff. Play Goof Around. There we go. And Skip caught a snake. As well as lots of beetles. There we go. Okay. You can hunt out here instead. It seems like it's too difficult to hunt in here, which is fine. Also, who got a chip bag just now? Sunshine, I think. She did. She did, in fact. Oh my gosh. Well, you cannot get fleas. So that's wonderful, Frostbloom. Oh my gosh. And I do actually have some plans for the next plot point later this episode, so you guys can look forward to that. Oh, and he didn't catch anything either. That is quite unfortunate. Oh my gosh, and look at this! So, okay, hold on. This is interesting. So, Moth just led Wildheart over to the Deep Woods, practically. I wonder if, actually... if she's gonna be like, yeah, well, you know, I'm going home. Oh, is that Sparrow I see over there? Huh, that's odd. I think Moth definitely knows that, Wildheart has like a slight... Well, she likes him. They don't really know each other yet, but she definitely does like him. So let's have Wildheart actually come over here, because Moth just completely shipped those two together, bringing her straight to the Deep Woods. That is really, really funny. And he's about to catch a bird, so let's watch him do that. The bird is flying a bit, but that's okay. Maybe we can get one where it doesn't quite look like it's flying. No. No, we cannot. That's fine. But there we go. Hopefully he catches this one. Otherwise that would be very embarrassing. And it's another bird, by the way. That's exactly what he was trying to catch earlier as well in the prologue of the video. And looks like he caught it. Oh, he didn't catch it. Okay, well that's fine. That's fine. No worries, Sparrow. You guys can come over here where it's a bit more solid ground. Sunshine, you can go home if you're done hunting, and same with you, Sparrow. And Moth is home. She didn't actually catch anything, but she did get a beetle. So, or not a beetle. A piece of prey. Hold on. Let's see. She was given a squirrel from oh well, that's not where it's supposed to go. From Wildheart. There we go. So let's have those two talk a little bit. Sparrow, don't sleep. What are you doing? No. What? Sparrow, come on. Wildheart, you should present the turtle to Sparrow, I think. Because he's really hungry. He's really, really hungry. There we go. And oh my gosh, what? Oh, nuzzled. Oh wow. When you go up like that, it looks like you're a lot bigger than him. Oh, look at them! They're adorable! Oh my gosh. Can't wait for more kits in the clan. Well, in the wild cats group. They're pretty young right now, though. I think Sparrow is... yeah, he's an adult in one day, and... it's another season for Wildheart. But he actually wants to be best friends with her. What about her? Oh, she doesn't. Well, that's okay. Maybe she's a bit nervous to, you know, build anything solid, considering there's her situation right now. But let's have them socialize a little bit and maybe goof around. And after that, I guess they can do whatever they want. We'll see where they end up, really. Okay, and back in the camp, we have cats who have come home. So Sunshine, did you catch anything? She caught 2 beetles. Skip, he caught 3 beetles, including a spider, which actually we need for wounds. Olive, you weren't hunting, and these 2 are not home. Okay, I mean, not the greatest catch for having 5 cats out on a patrol. I will admit. It was not that great, but that makes sense considering the... considering it is actually... well, 2 of them were very, very young and slightly inexperienced. Speaking of inexperience... oh, she wants to playfully plunge Sunshine, actually. And she actually is practicing her hunting skill? She is. Oh, short tail. You're so adorable. He also wants to playfully pounce Sunshine. Sunshine, everyone wants to pounce on you. Also, you're not sick. Well, you do have a common cold, I suppose. But that's about it. Oh, and she wants to nuzzle her kitten. That's adorable. Sunshine. She also wants to still master the hunting skill, of course. I was about to say maybe we should have her go training, but she can't. I was just about to say it. Oh my gosh. No, she cannot. She cannot do that. She's eating a beetle. He wants to pounce on her, so let's have him sniff and play pounce. Also, Wildheart is sleeping, and Sparrow is sleeping. Are they going off to sleep in the same den? You guys. Okay, well, Wildheart got there first. Oh. Okay, well, she seems to have let Sparrow sleep in there. I'm gonna say they're sleeping in the same nest, or like in the same cave. It's not the same nest, but in the same den. Just because these dens are huge. There's definitely space for 2 cats in there. But that's so interesting. So they actually went off to just sleep in the same den. There is another den over here, so... Oh! And would you look at that? Would you look at that? Sunshine! What's up with you? Oh, she looks tired already. You look so tired already. Oh, Sunshine. Why do you look so tired? Oh, no. But, yeah, Sunshine. So she is actually expecting kittens. Huh. That's interesting. We'll see how Sparrow reacts to that, because, of course, his dad, Acorn, oh, and Frostbloom is gonna go check on her. She's gonna goof around. She knows exactly what's up, huh? But of course, Acorn is, has passed away, and which means, of course, she has to have another, you know, mate for this one. And I don't know how Sparrow would feel about that. Her not being with Acorn anymore, or like her getting a new mate. I'm not sure he would quite understand that yet, but of course it has been seasons since Acorn died, and she does of course still love him, but I think she's ready to move on. Well, clearly she's ready to move on. And I mean, with her age, that's completely fair. She has a season left until she becomes an elder. It's fair to want something more out of your life. And of course she does still love Acorn. I mean, that's not ever gonna change. But he unfortunately died when they were very young, and she didn't want to wait. Well, she didn't want to wait. Of course she is, like, she'll meet him in StarClan and everything. Where he actually is right now. And I think Olive would probably be very nervously happy about this. I think she would definitely be like congratulating and thinking of Sprout, but obviously not like in the sense that the kids would be her mate. She's way too old. Like, obviously not in that sense, but like, of course, it is gonna be his half-brothers. So I think she would definitely think of that. It being Sprout's half-brothers and stuff. Which she would probably be pretty excited about. And Turtle, I mean, that's really sad. And I think Olive would just have like a lot of emotions right now. And also, I didn't even realize how close these two were. They're really, really close, actually. So I think Olive would definitely insist, like, oh, you look tired. You need to go to the nursery. You know, that's why we have the nursery. And she's gonna go to the nursery. I don't know how Sparrow is gonna react to these news. Unfortunately, the cats actually don't get any wishes and stuff when it comes to kittens. But I mean, I suppose when we actually have the kittens, we'll see how he reacts. If he likes them, or if he wants to interact with them, or just not have anything to do with them. We're gonna have to see, but yeah, there are kittens on the way. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and oh my gosh, a little bit of a hiccup here. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and with that, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Frostbloom woke up in a warm area, a place she'd never been before. The air around her was still, and a large pond spread out before her, with a large, never-ending waterfall. Where am I? The question seemed to echo on the rocks around her, and into the still night. Whispers started sounding on the wind. She'd heard them before, and, as always, there were no cats around her. "Find us! Come and find us!" They echoed around her, as if the cats themselves were climbing into the sky. "Find us!" A frostbloom flew up in her nest and looked around wildly. The cold wind that hit her made sure to confirm that this was real and not another dream. She shivered as she looked around her den, empty now due to all the cats being healthy. Despite the joy she obviously felt, it was oddly lonely. She shook her head. Now was not the time to think about that. She'd had another dream, and they finally knew what to do next. Find the ancient warriors.